increase in crime has emerged as a major talking point for pretty much every campaign this election season. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Evan Forrester.
And I'm Amy Lutz. Fox 43's Harry Lee explains where Pennsylvania candidates stand on issues like gun control and criminal justice reform.
Yo, listen, if you want to get somewhere in life you've never gotten, you have to do something you've never done.
Tavon Parker wasn't always a mentor for York City youth.
I was selling drugs and I seen a lot of the violence that was happening in the streets, and I made the decision that I wanted to carry a gun so I wouldn't be one of the victims. It's a mentality that a lot of people have where I'd rather get caught with my gun than get caught without my gun, because the alternative of getting caught without your gun is usually death.
He was caught, though, and in 2017 began serving 14 months in prison. A few years later, guns threw another wrench in Parker's life. Willie Hicks, his 27-year-old brother, was shot and killed in a York barbershop. Court documents say Hicks was part of a crew trying to rob the business.
That was one of the hardest and darkest moments of my life, and I think the way that I'm able to get through it and channel the frustration is really trying to impact somebody else so they don't have to go through it.
Parker wrote a book about his experience and now runs the Advantage program to educate kids and expose them to new places and experiences.
Hey, yo, what's up, baby? Hey, yo, it's your boy TP. Check this out.
He also speaks publicly on how to reduce gun violence. Parker believes that includes requiring people to report lost or stolen guns and offering reintegration services to people leaving prison.
So there are a lot of specifics, but I think it's imperative that people in power start taking the gun crisis a lot more seriously, because if not, we're going to continue to see the exponential growth in the amount of gun violence and gun crimes.
Crime and gun control have emerged as central issues to this election. Though national crime trends are mixed, FBI data shows homicides in Pennsylvania jumped 38% from 2017 to 2021. Here are what state and federal level candidates are saying they'll do to make communities safer. Police departments across Pennsylvania are grappling with an officer shortage. Some chiefs say a big reason why is anti-police sentiment, following the 2020 killing of George Floyd and calls to defund the police. Republican gubernatorial candidate Doug Mastriano has taken a strong pro-law enforcement stance.
On day one, I'll have the backs for my law enforcement. Additionally, I'll be working with the House and Senate to expand a number of officers on the ground and make sure they have the resources necessary. Additionally, I'll be seeking authorization from the General Assembly to surge special prosecutors into Philadelphia. So if you do the crime, you're going to do the time.
In a one-on-one interview with Fox 43, Democratic candidate Josh Shapiro also rejected the idea of defunding the police.
It's not about taking resources away from law enforcement for that purpose, though. We need to put more money into law enforcement, hiring more police to be out in our communities, understanding that with more police, there's actually an opportunity for them to get out of their patrol cars, walk the beat. And yes, it also means hiring professionals like social services professionals, mental health professionals, and others to work with the police.
Democratic Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman has focused his term on criminal justice reform. As head of the Pardons Board, he recommended 50 commutations of life sentences. He also touts his work getting guns off the street of Braddock, where he was mayor from 2006 to 2019.
I believe that I run on my record on crime. In working with the police and working with our community, I was able to stop gun violence for 5.5 years as mayor.
Republican Mehmet Oz backs some gun control measures like universal background checks. He also wants to cut down on police oversight regulations that he says limit how they do their job.
I like the fact that there are background checks that are being strengthened now so we can make sure that people who should not have guns don't get guns. I also like the fact that there was a lot of money invested for mental health, which is an important part of the equation. But part of the problem is that we have taken away the ability of police to do their job.
Fox 43 has all the info you need to make an informed decision this election. Find more on our website. Harry Lee, Fox 43 News.